Hey, I'm Nicholas Prom,
I'm Chase.
And I'm Dylan.
and you're watching Posers Must
Posers must
Die.
die.
Uh, this is the this is the all new and improved Posers Must Die. We took a little hiatus to fix some. Well, I needed a breather, and also to get some technical stuff happening that we really wanted to do, like visual aids, which we'll be incorporating quite a bit in this and in every of our weekly panel shows going forward. So let's get right into it, gang, with our song of the week. Dylan?
Well, my song of the week is from Schizo's Mainframe Collapse. And the other day, we were talking personally, and Nick, you mentioned that my curtain behind me reminded you of a song that, you know, we'll get into that. But my song is Behind That Curtain by Schizo.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Now, is this
Which, if you have not heard that song, you should really listen to it. It
okay?
has a jammin' opening riff.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think I may have heard Schizo. Are they from Italy?
Yes.
Aha, then yes, very good. Excellent. Yes, cool. Well, have to be checking out that song. I'll have to check out that album. Um,
I highly
cool.
recommend Mainframe Collapse.
Now, what can you tell me about this band a little bit? Are they an older band? Are they a current? Are they a newer band?
Yeah, they're pretty old school. I think they're from the '80s. They're around the same time as Bulldozer, that other
Oh,
Italian
right, right, and
heavy
uh, and
band.
and fingernails. Right, right. Okay, I was. It just took me a minute to remember. And Necrodeath, I think, are from there too. Are, oh
Yeah,
no,
Necrodeath too.
are they from Spain or are they from Italy or from the
Ne-
Spain?
yes, Necrodeath is from Italy.
Okay, cool. But yeah, Italian metal is weird but kick ass.
I
Uh,
mean, they were ahead of their
Oh yeah.
time. They were ahead of
yeah.
their time. That for the time that it was, that was very heavy stuff.
Oh yeah. No, great stuff. Uh, Chase, what about your song of the week?
Uh, my song is from Geigen.
Yeah.
Their new it's from a new album, but it's a single called "Erratic Pulsivity and Horror,"
Okay.
and it sounds like it sounds.
Okay.
It's
What
good.
what's the subgenre, Chase?
Uh, uh, Technical death metal, grind, whatever you want to
Oh,
slap on
okay.
there. It's really, really fast, really chaotic, and the song titles are a mile long with you know college professor type words. Whatever. I don't know how to explain
That's okay.
that.
Yeah. And if I remember right, Dylan, Schizo are like a speed metal, thrash metal.
Yeah, it's I don't know what label to put on them. Like, yeah, thrashy, heavy, speed,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little
It,
Right.
punky.
it
I don't
it's
know.
it's coming back to me a little more. I'm like, I think I heard them, and like
Just
I remember it
extreme
being.
metal.
Yeah. Yeah. Right on. Well, cool. My song of the week is "Mask of the Red Death" by Manila Road from their 1987 album Mystification. Of course, this song is based on the classic Edgar Allan Poe story, and it's just a kick-ass, epic heavy metal song from the guys who practically wrote the book on that, Manila Road. Uh, awesome.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I don't, I don't think I've heard
Oh,
Manila
no,
Road, to
it's
be
good
honest.
stuff.
Oh, Manila Road's great. Yeah.
For a
Um,
All
treat,
right.
dude.
yeah. Um, but yeah, great. Cool. So song of the week. Let me look at our outline. So we have a couple of new releases that dropped on Friday the 13th that we want to talk about. First, let's talk about the new full length from Atomic Terror, uh, Endless War. Guys, what'd you think of this record?
I thought it was great. I mean, local thrash boys, we love them. A few of the singles we already heard, they're already released uh, earlier in the month, and we heard a couple of them live. I was excited to hear clean vocals in the middle of what song was that?
Is the
Demonic
album?
Possession.
There's some clean vocals in the album closer too, and it's a long song. Of course, I don't have the track list
Yeah,
in front of me, so sorry. Uh, but yeah, I really it's like this is really good. I mean, it's Tyler's first album with the band, but I'm like, wow, they're really stretching their legs. It's a longer record than the previous
yep.
album, uh, and it's more melodic, and I think they're really stretching technically as well. Very exciting, very cool to see where these guys are headed. I mean, and there's a straight up jazz fusion interlude song in the middle.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
that
like,
was fun.
yeah. So they really got a lot going on this record. It is not just a thrash metal album, but it's very good. Hard recommend. Yes, gotta love Atomic Terror. Dylan, you had something that kind of stuck out from this record that you wanted to bring up?
Well, I just want to say this was my first exposure to Atomic Terror, and I have
Oh,
to say I was really jamming to this album. This is a great album. I'm going to listen to the rest of their stuff, but
yeah.
I'm listening to it and I'm like,
Right.
who are these guys reminding me of? And they were really like, it was bugging me, and I'm sitting there, and by the fifth song, I don't know, I'm like, I got Ranger. Have you guys ever heard Ranger?
I don't think I have. Tell me about Ranger, man.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, no.
Ranger sounds like Atomic Terror. They have the same kind of instrumentation style and pretty much the same vocalist. I'm wondering if Atomic Terror is heavily inspired by them or what. But
It could be
they
one of those.
really sound like Ranger to me.
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of like, one guy didn't invent the wheel, Sometimes these things,
Of
like,
course,
we have
course.
parallel developments of things. So it's kind of, every culture came up with it, is what I'm saying. So, I don't know. I don't know Ranger.
You guys
So,
haven't heard of Ranger, so check out Ranger and let me know what you think later. But and
okay.
I'm not trying to say
right.
they're copying or anything. Of course, Atomic
course not.
Terror is its own unique idea and
Yeah.
group and musicians,
Yeah.
but it was heavily reminding me of that. So if there's anyone out there who hasn't heard Atomic Terror but somehow has heard of Ranger, and you like Ranger, check out Atomic Terror.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
will like them.
Dylan, what's an album we could check out from Ranger? Like the
I forget the title of it, but you'll know the cover. It's like a guy flexing. And he's like
Okay.
holding a or something. I think the album might be called Without Warning,
Okay.
or that song is on there. I know that.
Okay, that'll help me, because I figure, like, I bet there's a bunch of bands called Ranger, and that's why I was like looking for something else so I can cross reference, make sure I get the right one.
They're a speed metal band. They're a lot like Exciter. That's something I
Oh,
could compare
well, that's
Ranger to.
Okay.
okay. Sold. Sold. Okay, cool. Well, right on. Yeah, everybody should check out Atomic Terror's new album. It's on Bandcamp. It's on. I know it's on Apple Music. Probably on Spotify too.
Yep.
But yeah, killer. And then also on Friday, the new Flotsam and Jetsam album came out. I Am the Weapon. Now, Chase had already heard this album weeks in advance because he got advanced digital promo, and they had teased several tracks from it, leading up to the release. And this is, man, they are in fine form here. They are really been having a string of very satisfying albums. Really dig this one.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, what was it? Yeah, oh yeah, it was a great continuation from the last two records that they put out. It's like bam, 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 really aggressive, heavy. I mean, they still hit the melody that they usually do. AK is still a great vocalist. No changes there. No surprise there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I Am the Weapon. The title track would make a great entrance theme for a current day wrestler. I don't know which one, but someone should pick that up. It'd be great.
Sure, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, this is a really cool record. I'm really glad to see them so late in the game going so strong and really hitting a new, like, it's like they found their second wind, man. Like, I think most Flotsam fans, particularly like the first two albums. I really like the next few after that, but then they kind of drop off at a certain point, and they're kind of like there's some not as awesome records in their catalog, but the last handful of really, like, wow, they are cooking, and I'm excited for them. I'm excited to see them again, in the next year or so, hopefully. They are I have mentioned previously they are the sainted band of this show because Chase and I went and saw them in April, and it was kind of neither one of us had been to a metal show in years, and we're like, holy crap, we missed this, and nope, that's it, we're back, we're back, and so we've been going to shows and just like just right back into it again, and it's like I woke up out of a coma, man. You know? So it's good. It's a good feeling, and so we love Flotsam and Jetsam. We love to see that they're going strong, and just this is a killer record. Yeah. Check this out, everybody. But yeah, during our break, we decided we did some brainstorming. We came up with some new segments. Each one of us has our own individual one, and we're gonna roll off with those. And I'll explain a little bit about each as we introduce these. The first is Chase's classic album, and every week he'll pull out a record from the classic heavy metal era, so anything up to and including about 1992. And we'll have all listened to it, and we'll just discuss it. And Chase, you want to tell us what that album is that you picked this week?
Well, I went with Possessed Seven Churches.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
This album is a banger.
Mostly. Yeah, I mean it's the thrash album that launched a million death metal albums. It's the oh man, it is quintessential. Well, as I say, you can call it thrash or death. It is a great starting off point for someone who's never really listened to either or Possessed. It's a good fucking album. It's why I chose it.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I mean, like, it's every song is killer. It is just from start to finish. It is just an amazing, raging album. And yeah, it is. I always think of it in the context of thrash, but it absolutely is as it is the inspiration for so many death metal releases that come out. I mean, this is from 1985. And I think almost all the guys in the band, if not all of them, were still in high school. Like Larry Lalonde was 14 when this record came out.
I did not know that.
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, so they were just babies putting out this incredible stuff. I mean, so
incredibly influential.
Oh my God, one of the most influential albums in metal.
The ending track is death metal.
Yeah.
That gets cited a lot, and I have to agree. I mean, it's the album in general, but that song in particular is heavy, aggressive, and God, I'm really bad with names. I forget everybody's name all the time.
It's okay.
But the vocalist
Jeff Becerra.
Jeff.
We love Jeff.
Steve. I'm like, I'm wrong.
There is no Steve at least in the original
Steve.
Possessed. No Steve in Possessed.
But Jeff's vocals, man. I mean, at the time there was something. They still are great.
Yeah.
But at the time they were just like they were fucking evil, I guess is the way.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to think Jeff is probably like maybe 17. It's just like wow. This album is incredible. It's a great choice. Dylan, do you have any other thoughts?
Well, I'm just curious, each of you guys, if you have, I mean, and I know every track on here is a banger, but if each of you could just pick one that's your favorite.
The song that
Yeah.
Chase chooses
What's
Evil
that?
Warriors.
Okay.
Say it again, Chase.
Evil Warriors 666.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, every song on this album rules, but I am a big fan of Satan's Curse. I really like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that Satan's Curse, and they just fucking
Yeah.
just say and.
Yeah, it's pretty bitchin'. But this is loaded with classics. I mean, Holy Hell, The Exorcist. It's just awesome. Twisted Minds.
For me, it's gonna have to be Twisted Minds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twisted Minds is mine.
Yeah, but yeah, it's what can you say? It's a mega classic. Chase and I are going to be seeing Possessed this Tuesday, and I am just over the moon excited. Just
Hell yeah.
wonderful. And it's like this is a band with 4 studio releases, and all 4 of them are killer, totally killer. The comeback album, Abominations of Desolation, you would think like, how could this be? Wait, is that the what it's called, Chase? It is better than it has any right to be. I was like, I'm sure it's fine, but whatever. And I hear it, it's like I can't stop listening to that record. It's so good. But yeah, there we go. That's great. If we're ready to move on to our next segment, you guys good? Yeah? Okay. So the next new segment is Dylan's Demolition. And every week Dylan is going to pick an old school demo tape to talk about. Dylan, what do you have for us this week?
This week I have a demo by a band called Mortality. The demo is called The Prophecy, and they're from Sweden.
Yeah, and that's their 1990 demo, their second demo.
Yes, 1990. And I was surprised when I had mentioned this to you guys that you had never heard of it, because, I mean, it's sort of underground. If anybody's watching this and they hear about this demo, please go listen to it if you haven't heard it. This is a hidden gem. This is totally.
Oh yeah.
It's just four songs, but
yeah, it's pretty raging. Really, really meaty riffs. They sort of reminded me a little bit of the Finnish thrash band Stone, but definitely but heavier.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's 1990, and this is like, Sweden. It's funny, in the 80s, I feel like Sweden kind of like hadn't hit their stride as far as like on the global metal scene yet. It wasn't until the 90s when like the Swedish death metal explosion happened, and then get all these great bands like Grave and Unleashed and Hypocrisy, Entombed, Dismember, and on and on. I've got to see several of those bands, and I'm grateful for that. But yeah, not a lot of, it seems like Sweden just didn't break, at least as far as thrash wise. I could think of like one Swedish thrash band. There's a band called Agony, and I had their album The First Defiance. So that's a very good record, which I recommend. But yeah, but this album is kind of like a portent of things to come. It's like, because it's like these riffs are like I could see these guys moving on to playing death metal. They had a few demos. I did some research. They had a few demos, and then they broke up, no album, and they got to get back together like over 20 years later, and they have an album or so now, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I haven't listened to much of their other stuff.
What'd you say, Chase? What were you saying?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say the vocalist was like. Chuck Billy turned up to fucking 20. Shit,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Especially in that first track. Any song where you can go "Dead by Dawn" is great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not to be confused with the Deicide track, but I think those songs came out the same year. but yeah. Really good stuff. I'm really glad you dug this one out, Dylan. This is cool. I had not heard this band, but yeah, definitely some more. It's like, another obscure thrash band. Oh, my heart. Okay, cool.
I keep coming back to this one.
Yeah.
Even though it's an old demo and nobody knows about it. Oh my god, these songs are killer.
Yeah.
And as Chase mentioned, the first track is "Dead by Dawn," which
that song is a rager.
Version.
Oh yes. Man,
the way he sings that chorus, I love that.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, an unpopular opinion here, I like this "Dead by Dawn" better than Deicide's "Dead by Dawn." Go ahead, shoot me.
Well, here's the thing: they share a title, but they're stylistically night and day. But this is different. But this is raging, dude. I mean, like this "Dead by Dawn" could be on a Demolition Hammer album, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is some good shit.
That would work.
So yeah, that's cool. Mortality from Sweden. Check it out, gang. And we'll move on to my new segment on the show. The Hardcore Hall of Fame. The release I chose this week was State of Alert's 7-inch No Policy EP. This was Henry Rollins' band before being drafted into Black Flag. And this is rad stuff. 10 songs, 8.5 minutes. And their whole discography is about 19 minutes long. They have a demo tape and one other 7-inch. But this is totally raging, just pure 81 hardcore. Great stuff. What do you guys think of it?
Like you said, it was. Oh, no, Dylan, you go ahead.
Well, I just want to make a joke real quick. When you tell an average metalhead about a hardcore album and they're like, "Oh, okay, I'll check that out," you're like, 10 songs, 8.5 minutes, and they.
Hey, it happens all the time on grindcore albums, you know, like
Yeah.
that's you got 30 songs in 8.5 minutes, you know. But yeah.
Let's just say, like you said, it's 81 hardcore, dude. It's quintessential shit. I think I said that twice already this episode. Oh well. But no, it is. It's I mean, at least Henry Rollins on vocals just killed it. I mean, he does what he does, and he's the best at what he does.
Yeah. And like here's the thing. You listen to a record like this and you think like, okay, there's such an immediacy, such an energy to this classic hardcore stuff. And it's just like, can you not see somebody listening to this and also loving Judas Priest and like putting it together and then like the band they start is a thrash metal band?
Oh, totally, yeah.
You know, you got this and Unleashed in the East, and you're like, boom! Oh, I think we got something here. So yeah, right on, dudes. Yes. Dylan, you attended a couple of shows during our break over the last couple of weeks. Do you want to talk about those?
Indeed, I did. Well, I would say the first show I attended was on August 31st, and it had Oxygen Destroyer headlining, and this was at the High Water Mark.
Nice. Love the High Water Mark. It's the best.
Love the High Water Mark. It is the best.
That place rules, man.
Exactly. Great vibes there. But yeah, I was very excited to see this show. I was very excited to see Oxygen Destroyer.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Checked out their new album, and their new album was my first exposure to them, but I instantly fell in love.
Nice.
And but supporting them was first of all Phenom, who came up first, and then Torture Rack.
So tell me about Phenom. Tell me about Phenom, because I don't know them at all.
Well, I have to highly recommend Phenom.
Yeah?
What a bitchin' death metal band. Really, really good stuff. I very much enjoyed them. They were great performers.
Nice.
If I remember correctly, they had like double vocals.
Interesting.
They had their main vocalist.
Okay.
But they had the second guy supporting a lot for many songs.
Okay.
And every dude in that band is a champ. I talked to every one of them after the show. They were all super nice. Especially the lead vocalist.
Cool.
I should have wrote down his name. It's slipping my mind now.
It's okay.
But he was such a sweet dude. He was very nice. We talked a ton about metal, horror movies.
Nice.
A lot of their songs are inspired by like really grisly kind of historical stuff.
Okay.
And he was telling me how the other singer is the one who writes all the music, and they had one song that I forget the name of. It's something like it. He starts the song. He goes, "This is a song about being eaten alive by bugs." He says it like that. and as soon as I heard that, like I thought of that movie Creepshow.
Yeah.
Where that guy gets eaten alive by bugs.
Yeah.
But the guy was telling me what the inspiration was for that song and how it was like actually some kind of medieval torture method.
Jesus.
And then I go and I'm like talking to the guy and I'm like, well that reminded me of Creepshow, and he's like, between you and me, that was the real inspiration.
Well, now the world will know. You've given away a secret.
Great.
Okay.
But yeah,
well, cool, man.
I check out Phenom. I'm pretty sure they just released an album recently, but their stuff is available everywhere. The Bandcamp, YouTube, I'm sure Spotify.
Right on.
Check them out. They're cool guys. Great
right
stuff.
Right on. Torture Rack, I kind of remember. I used to have a tape of theirs. Another death metal band.
Yes, another death metal band. I have to admit, I heard their first song, but I really had to leave for a second. I wasn't feeling too great.
Oh.
And I went out and this is when during their set, I was talking to all the guys from Phenom.
Oh,
and
okay.
I just somehow missed their whole set.
Oh.
But from what I was hearing, because you can hear them through the walls, of course,
yeah.
at the high water mark.
Yeah.
They sounded great. I'm really sad I missed their set.
Oh.
I was pissed off about that.
Ah.
But they sounded really great. One of their songs, that I could hear through the wall, kind of reminded me of Bolt Thrower. Like they were doing that. Those squealy kind of guitars from Bolt Thrower's first album. They had a song that sounded like that. I'm like, oh, shit. But
okay.
I don't know. Shit happens.
It does.
Whatever.
It does.
I apologize, Torture Rack.
Well, maybe. I mean, they're from around here. Maybe you'll get to see them again.
I hope so.
Yeah, and Oxygen Destroyer killed, I'm sure.
Oh my god, dude! They destroyed. They
Nice.
destroyed that place.
They destroyed
That
all the
mosh
oxygen.
So it's an accurate name. All right.
That mosh pit took up almost the entire room. You could
Wow.
not avoid it.
Damn.
I've
whoa,
never
okay.
seen a mosh pit that big at the high water mark, and you guys know.
Yeah.
Anyone that's been there knows.
Yeah.
That's a pretty small room for the stage, but
Yeah.
you could not avoid that mosh pit.
Well,
It was crazy.
right on. I mean,
And they went so hard.
Nice. Well, that's killer. So this was just an amazing death metal show then,
Yes, that totally. What a great night I had.
Oh, well, I'm really glad, dude.
Sad to have missed you guys there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wanted to go, but I needed.
Whatever.
I've been needing a break. I needed a break from shows for a minute. So, and you went to another one last week, right? On the 7th?
Yes, that was a punk / hardcore show.
Oh,
at the
yes.
Blackwater.
Alienator.
That was on the 7th.
Oh my god.
Alienator headlining. But every other band here, Malakili, I think. I that is how I would pronounce that. I may be incorrect.
That's how I would say it.
Teardown, we know Teardown's
Teardown
great.
rules.
External Ballistics. Everything about this show is great. I enjoyed everything.
So all the bands fucking killed.
Yeah, I think
that's
External
awesome.
Ballistics went first.
Okay.
They were a very kind of traditional hardcore band.
Okay.
They were great, really great headbanging stuff.
Nice.
Very much enjoyed them. Then Malakili was next.
Okay.
I really liked Malakili. I'm gonna try to find some more of their stuff to listen to them again because
I know they have stuff on Apple Music, so I mean they've got stuff out there,
Okay.
and I've been listening to them too. They're good. They're real good.
yeah, they had some fantastic songs. I would love to hear them again.
Nice.
They have a new fan, definitely.
Nice.
And Teardown were just their usual
awesome
man. Selves.
I really want to see them again. We saw them at that
Yeah.
house show, and they were killer. But it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I want more.
And I love I don't know his name, but that lead singer of Teardown, I love that. I always say this, like when they're jumping in the crowd and moshing with everybody.
Yeah,
else.
that's super cool.
I love that stuff. I love that engagement.
Yeah.
And Teardown, of course, did that this time.
Nice.
That singer guy was in the crowd, jamming with everybody.
Nice.
And oh my God, Alienator.
Dude.
What a performance.
They're incredible. Chase and I saw them back in May or June. Total crushing. I mean, and it's like, yeah, if you like Agnostic Front, Negative Approach, holy shit, this is the band for you. Like, Jesus, they are amazing.
And that was actually Alienator's performance there got me going so much. That was the first time I've been in a mosh pit, pretty much.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, hopefully not your
Because
last.
I don't usually mosh. It's not my kind of thing. But I was in there.
Well,
I
Chase
was
and I.
really feeling it.
Yeah, well, good. I mean, Chase and I don't do much moshing anymore, but we're old. We're in our 40s. But when the feeling is right, I'll do it. Like when we were at the Cess Fest, I was totally in the pit for that. When I'm
I saw
feeling
you.
it, when I'm feeling it, so it's I don't say never, just I pick and choose. It's not a default setting for me. But if
Yeah.
if it's like hardcore or thrash, you might see me moshing. You might see me getting in that circle pit. So yeah.
Alienator killed, man. The crowd
Oh man, they're
fucking loved
amazing.
them.
They dominate. I was really bummed I had to miss that one too because they're just
Yeah.
so raging. Jeez. But they are local, and hopefully we'll get to see them before the year's out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that was some shows that you saw recently. Let me look up what else we have on the outline. So I think we just have maybe some upcoming shows to talk about. On Tuesday, Chase and I are going to be. Don't we pull up that image? We're going to be seeing Testament, Creator, and Possessed at the Roseland Theater. It's the Clash of the Titans tour. This is amazing. I mean, three of the greatest thrash metal bands of all time. This will be my fourth time seeing Testament, third time seeing Creator, and first time seeing the Mighty Possessed. I am so jazzed. Chase, feelings?
But like, hyper,
Yeah.
just high pitch shit. Just oh my god, dude. No. So this is my second time seeing Testament, my first time seeing Creator, and my second time seeing Possessed.
Nice.
And this will be my first again.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all pretty jazzed about that. And hey, folks, I don't think this show is sold out. So that's this coming Tuesday the 17th. If you've been on the fence about it, if you can scrape up the dough, come. It's going to be the heaviest show of the year, baby. I mean, what can top this? I mean, what three bands could top this? We got some amazing stuff coming up. But to see these heavy hitters all together is just amazing, incredible. Very excited about that. Let's see. What else do we have?
Sorry, I'm gonna miss that one. I can't make that one, but I hope you guys have a great time.
We will bang harder on your behalf, my friend, and hopefully. And here's the thing, hopefully you'll get a chance to see these bands. I mean, like I said, Chase and I have seen Testament before. We've seen Creator before. He's seen Possessed before. So you may get your chance. Let's see. What else do we have on the calendar? This coming Saturday, the 21st, Dylan, you're going to be at Apocalypse at the Armory, the Salem Armory.
Yeah.
And let's see, who else is on the bill? Our boys Atomic Terror are we playing that, as well as Dead Nexus, Damage Overdose, Chainbound, Within Caskets, and Dreadnoks, and I think one or two others. So that's going to be a full day of metal out in Salem. If you can make it to the Armory, there's a worse space to spend your Saturday.
I'm happy because I can actually just drive there myself.
Right, that's pretty close for you.
And
Yeah,
it's not gonna take an hour.
Right, that's gonna be a few minutes rather than you have to. You live in Salem, so you got to take an hour to get into any Portland metal show. That's a drag.
Yeah.
But I'm excited that you're gonna get to enjoy this. I've got a scheduling conflict. I'm not gonna be able to do it, but I want to hear all about it next week.
Of course.
Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have on the calendar?
I am very excited for that.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out for an upcoming tour. If you can pull up that image, Vexum is hitting on the road their very first U.S. tour, and the first date of this is a California thrash band. They are raging, and the first date of their very first tour, they're going to be at the high water mark. It's going to be October 9th. It is a Wednesday, but our boys in Atomic Terror are going to be in direct support, as well as our local new wave of British heavy metal revivalists, Wizard Cage. So that should be a fucking banger. and I can't wait for that. It's the night before Judas Priest too. It's gonna be but I'm very excited. That's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna continue to plug this tour up until it happens, and throughout the tour, I want to make sure that our viewers get off their butts and check out Vexum. Go support them. You know, first time out on the road. You know, a lot of bands lose money on their first tours, and I don't want that to happen to these guys. So please, if they're coming to your city, hit up Vexum, baby. Follow them on the gram. Get in touch with them. Find out, more. They have 2 EPs and a full length that came out like less than 2 months ago, and totally raging. You like shit that rips? Check out Vexum. Okay. But I think that's probably a pretty full show for this week, guys. Chase, do you want to hit us with the sign off?
Well, thanks for watching. Seriously, thank you for watching. Remember to like, remember to comment, remember to subscribe. Remember, it's a madhouse. Or so they claim.
Excellent. All right, dudes. Thanks so much. We will reconvene next week. And until then, one more thing. I forgot one more thing. Next Sunday at Dots, we'll have the Portland Metal Swap. So Dots Cafe, this is an all-ages event from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. There will be vendors vending their metal wares, albums, shirts, crafts, and it's a great opportunity to hang with people in the scene in a casual environment. Should be a good time. We're going to be there, and you can get a Posers Must Die button from one of us. So please come to the Portland Metal Swap this coming Sunday, September 22nd. Be there or be a poser. Or maybe you have other things you have to do. It's okay. We're not really doing that. But thanks, everyone, and good night.
Thanks, folks.